Good morning. Good morning. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank, here on a lovely Friday morning, August 22nd, 7 a.m. here in sunny Colorado. Welcome into the program. To the episode today, we have XRP's price path, realistic price path. What do you guys think that is? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15? Is it $20 by the end of 2025 to 2026? Lay out what you guys think. Welcome into the show. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy. Please tap like and subscribe down below if you don't mind, and tap our Caleb link down below to find out what is going on with Caleb and Brown, which is the difference. What is the difference between a crypto brokerage like Caleb and Brown and some of the other exchanges we all use on the some other platforms on the internet, like Kraken, like Coinbase, like Uphold, that we all use? There are differences between those exchanges, those crypto exchanges, and an actual crypto brokerage like Caleb and Brown. So please check out the differences. Welcome into our show today. We are covering XRP price movement. Welcome into Mr. Chris this morning. Good afternoon over in the UK. Made it to the show today, baby. What's up, brother? We made it. We have some cool people that come in to our show in the morning. If they don't, we still do our thing. We record it all. You guys can play all this back later to glean whatever info you can. And welcome in, Chris. When you guys do join us live, we do love it because it's exciting. It's fun. We've got Mr. Chris in as well. We've got our two Chris's in, Baxter and Grieve. Mr. Baxter is coming from the UK. Mr. Grieve, I believe you are here in the US. Happy Friday, good sir. Welcome in this morning. Monsager is in this morning, and I hope I'm saying that right because I think I botch that all the time. It is Monsager. You gave me the phonetics on it. Sometimes I'm not too bright. Sorry, dude. Morning, Monsager, and everybody into the program today. We got a doozy of a program for you today. We are going to cover XRP price action, and what is so hilarious to me, let me first very quickly get to our price charts today. What cracks me up, guys, is we've got Bitcoin at 111,952 for a Bitcoin, and Ethereum's at 4,223 for an Ethereum, and XRP's down at $2.78. Interesting. We've got a cryptocurrency market cap of 3.8 trillion. Excuse me. Fear and greed is dipped into the fear. 4 points into the fear. So we have a Cardano at 82 cents. We have a Stellar Lumen at 38 cents here, XLM. And we have a Hedera Hashgraph HBAR at 22 cents. We are looking at 0.00001 for a Shiba Inu. Isn't that interesting? Because that's the cost of a cross-border transaction with Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution for institutional banking services to handle their cross-border payment remittances, which now, and by the way, in real-time gross settlement, or RTGS, which now takes, of course, a clunky 3 to 5 days and costs $20, $30, $40 for a transaction, a wire transfer, and it fails, you still got to pay for it and do it again. So, yeah, that's interesting that we have Shiba Inu at 0.00001 cent, and that is actually the cost, 0.00001 of an XRP for an ODL transaction. Who cares? I just think it's funny. Interesting, funny. Ondo Finance is at 89 cents, and people love Pi. I never bought Pi. I was going to jump in on that one. It's at 35 cents. It did well. Excuse me. I looked at Pi. Allergies are horrible here in Colorado. Horrible anywhere. I looked at the all-time on Pi, and yes, I understand. See, isn't this interesting? When you've got something that comes out and starts so low with its ICO, initial coin offering, but then it just shoots like this. Instead of tanking the tanker all the way down, it actually went and shot up here, which is rather interesting and weird and different, and they don't do that typically. I thought that was odd. That's showing, I believe, the participation in the community with Pi. You can actually mine on your phone. You'll have to check out what Pi is. I never bought it. I was going to way in the heck back here, and I didn't when she was at those prices. She still, of course, can be purchased. Never financial advice for like 35 cents. I don't know if the project's still cranking, but boy, If Pi can get back up to these levels, what do we have for an all-time high? $2.98. So if Pi can get back to those levels, wow. Not a big fan, but not financial advice. To show what can happen coming up here in this crypto market for those of you who planned ahead of time. Algo could be another one. This one did take the dip, though, off the ICO and then shot back up, proved its worth, and then came back down. And here we go. We're in this whole long channel. We popped back out for a little bit, Trump pump, but we're in this channel here, I think, right? Yeah, Trump pump. So here we are with Algo ready to take off to the moon, not financial advice. VeChain is ready to explode, not financial advice. Look at that SETI heartbeat right there. That's crazy, that spike. That's a SETI spike right there. It's a freaking wow spike. They call that the wow spike. Pudgy penguins. Look at this. Would you just look at Pudgy? What are you doing with this little valley? What's going on here? You know? What are you building, lost civilizations in here? What the hell are you doing? You building pyramids in here? What the hell's going on with that huge valley? Flare, what are you doing? I don't know, 22 cent, 2 cent for a flare if you come back and it's all time. Guys, this is not financial advice. If you look back at where these prices are, I am not here to tell you what to do with your money or how to make money with crypto. I can tell you how I make money in crypto. What I do is I buy stuff when it's real low like this compared to a long all-time chart, and then I hang on to it, and then when it spikes back up to these prices, I sell some of it. I make my money back that I put into it, and I keep hanging on to a whole bunch of it so that it goes higher and higher later, and then I make many, many X's on it. Not financial advice. That's how I play it. It's not brain surgery. This stuff's really basic and simple. If you know how to spread a dollar, throughout the day, if you're a person who's frugal and you know how to spread the dollar throughout the day, you could do this stuff. Not financial advice. It's pretty basic stuff, guys. Long-term investing, trading is pretty basic stuff. We're not even going to really call it trading anymore, right? We're buying, we're hanging on to it, and if it goes higher in value than when we got it, we sell the stuff. It's common sense. It's not difficult stuff, guys. And it's also not financial advice. That's what I do. And of course, I pay my fees and my taxes accordingly after I cash out, because there are going to be taxable events here, of course, when we're cashing out. You got to take care of the man. You got to do things proper. The law is the law. We must obey the law. It is the law for right now. Oh, it's not the law, blah, blah, blah. It's not I understand. And guys, I get that whole thing. Don't worry. I get that whole thing, the whole straw man. Don't worry. I know all about it. Don't you think I would know about that? I know all about that. Onboarding in the hospital onto the ship, of the seas, of maritime law. I know all about it, guys. You know I would. Now, don't forget Caleb and Brown. 1-to-1 backing. We don't commingle funds over here at Caleb. Now, do we? No. 24/7, always available with a broker that costs you no extra money to have your free broker on call for you 24/7 who knows what the heck he or she is doing. Pretty impressive. Why are you doing that, Caleb? Why are you giving that to us? Sounds a little too nice. It's not too nice. They're growing. They may not always do it. It's something they offer now. I got to believe they're going to get, I'm not speaking for them. I got to believe they're going to get too large with your structure in the future as Caleb. And how in the heck are you going to do that and have a personal broker for every single person that signs on? Maybe you can, and I'm not. And by the way, I love Caleb Brown, and you know that. I'm wondering how this is going to happen moving forward. Can this model keep up? I hope so. Boy, wouldn't that be fantastic? Not going to make me not use them, though, I'll tell you that. I'm not financial advice. I'm always going to use Caleb until they prove otherwise. I don't need to have a personal broker over there to use Caleb. The advantages of their site are monumentous, are huge. Check them out. You're going to want to know what Caleb is doing. Please check them out if you have not already. XRP, I love the chart. I don't love the huge phlegm in my throat from these allergies, and I'm so sorry. This really needs to stop. I want to do this well for you guys, and I hate that I clear my throat in the camera and the mic, and it's annoying as piss. It's annoying as piss. It's very annoying. All right, XRP is cranking, isn't it? Look at these trades, 300,000 or so in the past minute. All right, I'm going to get to some notes here before I get to some deeper AI here. I'll also get to some deeper AI on price predictions for XRP. as I have typed in, what is the dilly with XRP prediction of price prediction by the end of the year? It's telling me $4. It says bearish conservative price is $2.71 to $4.67 by the end of 2026. Average moderate price is $3.57 to $7.93. Well, guess what? And bullish optimistic, more optimistic forecast suggests XRP could reach $8.50 or higher by the end of 2026. Well, thanks for giving us some information, Google. That's really not very useful, is it? What am I going to do with that? Not very useful. You didn't tell us anything. Think about what it just said. Didn't give anything. Look at $2 and what kind of prices are those? That's hilarious. All right, if you guys are following on the program this morning, welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your crazy, hilarious, to himself host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Boy, do I make myself laugh. How silly. XRP's price is going down today, of course, blah, 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 blah. The market's crashing, blah, 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 boo, 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 hoo, hoo. Crying your coffee. We got a bunch of tears in the crypto space today. Now, let's get back. Vincent Wilson, good morning. Go ZBCN and XRP. Full transparency, I completely missed Zebek. I missed Caspa with a K. I didn't miss Casper. And by the way, if you think just because Prove AI went over to HBAR and Casper Labs is no more, think again. Might want to research on Casper. A bunch of people dumped their bags. Please check Casper out again. Still low enough to purchase. Not financial advice. You do whatever you want. Might not even go back to all-time high. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I never would. I never will. I'm not a financial advisor. This is financial advice. You can totally use your shirt, your pants, your socks, your shoes, every single blessed thing in crypto, relationships, and everything. So be careful with crypto. Now, with something so volatile and ready to pop in this world and useful and nascent and powerful and not yet understood and not wielded properly, I can think of a lot of examples, is the crypto at this point, to this nascent stage in this world, right? Crypto about to be not so nascent coming up. It's already starting. People coming up to me going, oh, this crypto thing, blah, blah, blah. Been doing this thing for 6 years, guys. I'm a contractor. If you've just found us, tap like and subscribe. Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with Frank the Knucklehead Crypto Tank, who has learned about Forex markets, charts, a little bit of crypto and so forth over the last 4 years, has become a little mini master in his own right. With the utmost humility, I know nothing compared to some of these masters out here. I know a lot more compared to the other regular folk around me who know how to balance a checkbook and purchase real estate and hedge themselves with certain investments and things like this and are very good with it, and God bless you, but rely primarily on their financial advisor to handle the bulk of the heavy lifting, which I understand because they don't want to or don't have time. Their thing is, I don't have time to get into and learn all this stuff deeply. Yes, you do, because if we have time to gather and collect the resources and create them and put them in our pocket, we better understand how to manage them instead of letting somebody else just manage them for us, right? That wouldn't be too smart. Remember what happened to Billy Joel? All his money, and then he had to start again because his money guy, he wasn't paying attention to his money guy, and guy was ripping him off. Yeah, remember that? Millions, Billy Joel. All his stuff from all his albums. Classics, all his shows, every merch, everything. I'm pretty sure he was at zero and was bankrupt. Billy Joel, God bless this guy. I love Billy Joel, by the way, from my stomping ground over on the East Coast, Long Islander, fellow tri-state area bro, Mr. Billy Joel. And he built himself back up. He picked himself back up. He cried his coffee for a little bit, of course, and he rebuilt and became a multi-millionaire once again, Mr. Billy Joel. Don't know if you know that story. Check that story out. He wasn't paying attention to his finances, and his money guy was taking all his money, and he literally had zero of his money. Yeah, it happens a lot. Talk to money people to tell you how this stuff can happen. Be very careful, please, out in this world with cryptocurrency or anything else. Okay. back to our show. We've always been on the show, but back to our topic, realistic XRP price paths moving forward. I am saying $5, $10, $20 is coming very shortly. Hey, Google, how about you stick it up your you know what? Because how ridiculous and foolish that you're going to continue to do this, because you must do this, right? You can't just let people know where prices are going, or everybody's going to go get rich, and they can't have that, right? They're not just going to lay out where what we're laying out. Wait, hang on. It's time for it. Hold on. We got to do it. Don't worry, we still got the program coming, but we got to do this portion because I think of about 3 different things I need to say, and you know what I need? I need the prop. It's got to happen. I need the prop. Speaking of prop, coming up on our show, we have a lovely gentleman, goes by the name of Matt Hudson, who heads up Colorado Home Realty over in Colorado, and he's coming on our next live show to be announced. Our date coming up, do believe it will be somewhere at the end of August, and I'll keep you posted. But that's going to discuss how, and it just reminded me of it when I said prop, how proppy relates to the world of real estate. You know, Pro, the ticker Pro, proppy, tokenizing real estate on blockchain. Go find out about Proppy, never financial advice, but we're going to discuss all about on the program coming up live with him at the end of August, Mr. Matt Hudson from Colorado Home Realty here in Colorado. We're going to be discussing Proppy and how it affects the world of real estate, and his discussions with the folks at Proppy and where it's going and where he thinks this all is going, the connection between blockchain, real estate, and of course AI, the interplay of all 3 of those, how they interface and how they will affect our world moving forward. Let's get this thing going. Let me get to our full screen as I continue to not give us full screen when we need it. All right, maybe I can make, I think there's a more advanced version of this program that I'm using where it will go to full screen at certain points. I'm going to have to check into that because I can't remember. By the way, good morning, Marnie. Good morning, Vincent. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Monsager. And our other Chris, we've got Mr. Baxter and Greaves in here. We've got a couple other viewers as well. Let me get the heck out of the way so we can see today's topic. And today's topic, of course, is, by the way, how hilarious. My pointer, I thought I ordered because I ordered a few different types, and I got the killer one. I'm like, ooh, glad I got that one. I didn't. It was my buddy Jason out in the Bay Area. Thank you very much, sir, for your lovely gift of this awesome pointer. And it means I can also use it to point at the stars. I just looked at my dog when I said Jason, and he changed his mood and moved. Dogs are so smart. He knows who I'm talking about, my pit bull. Anyway, thank you, Jason, for my lovely pointer. Today's episode here, Friday, August 22nd, is XRP's price path. We're going to get into it. Before we do, this was the point of bringing her out so early today. Was to give us the reminder from yesterday's program of all of our XRP ETF filings. What do we think this all is going to do to the world of crypto, particularly these filings? The S1, so the S1s are what are filed by the actual like Bitwise or CoinShares or whatever, and the 19B4, of course, is what's filed by for CME or New York Stock Exchange or whatever, the actual exchange itself. Now, they have a total of 240 days. This is deceiving the way I wrote it up there. It's 90 and then 45 the day extension if they wish. These are coming up right now. Here's one of the first filings here. First filing, second filing is Canary Capital. So we have, and by the way, this is 21 shares. It looks like a Z. Two-into-one shares. So probably the largest catalyst of all the flip the switch moments right here, I'm going to say, is probably the whole XRP ETF deal. We know that Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is the fastest to 10 bill inflows, ETF inflows. 10 bill. And then Ethereum is coming behind it. It's up on its tail, but we're looking at XRP I'm going to say 15 to 20 bill. I'm saying that like it's going to almost double Bitcoin's inflow. Sorry, Maxis. I apologize for that, but that's what we're looking at. And as far as where we think this whole thing could be going, okay, let's get back to that screen because who knows, right? Who knows? This is where we are today. So let's put a price path out here. Let's put a target out, guys. All right, we're at the 22nd of August. Let's first go 1 month out. Turn off the laser. Thing's dangerous. I don't want to flash that into the camera's eye. Okay, by September 21st, by let's just go by month. That's fine. It's the 22nd. Okay, that takes us out to the end of the year. Now, where are we going to be price-wise? I don't know. I don't know. Let's think about this for a minute. Where could we be price-wise? I was dead wrong, by the way, about this week. I called out that we were going to be up in the $5 range and in price discovery by the end of this week here and going into the weekend and seeing ridiculous highs for XRP by this weekend. Boy, was I ever wrong. Who knows when this thing takes off? Let's see. I am trying to figure out what you mean because I said something before, I'm sure, and I am lost. Kansas. Okay. So it's so funny doing this show, guys. When you hop into the comments, I'll see comments on things that I had mentioned a while ago because I'm a knucklehead. I'm not checking off enough. And it's so funny. I'll see words like Kansas from Chris. I'm just like, huh? Oh, Kansas. That's where we're from. Sorry. U.S. Gotcha. See, that's what I mean. It makes me look really stupid. And like, dude, you asked before where I was from. Gotcha. Kansas. Right on. Right on, brother. Midwest brother. I bet Billy watches his money, says Marnie. I don't know which Billy you're talking about. I'm sure I said something about Billy somebody earlier on, and this is exactly what I mean. I have no idea what you meant with that because I am trying to manage about 12,000 things in this episode, including looking into the camera. And then I get the comments, hey, look at me, guy. Hilarious. People are so funny in the comments. Where are we going? September 22nd. Not that I don't care about what you guys are saying. I do, and I want to hear what you guys say. Tank is saying, and I don't like this. It's horrible. Horrible show. Clean up your act, guy. There we go. Now it's legible-ish. Now, let me see. Let me take a look at charts. Hold on. I'm going to tell you where I think. What do I know? What in the world do I know about all of this? Who knows? However, I am going to give XRP its due attention. All right, I am going to put XRP at Guys, I'm saying we're busting out. I'm going for... we're busting out by the end of September. I'm going for... Told you my prices change daily on XRP, but they're always within a range of... That's kind of the XRP range for quite a while here moving forward. I don't care if it goes to freaking 1 penny. We are looking at $0 to $100 XRP because I don't get caught up in the games. Why? Because I zoom out. And if you were wise, and I think you are, you would zoom out as well, which part of this means letting go of coffee, at least so much coffee. Because if we can't do that, we can't keep our emotions under control. We kid ourselves, and then we don't do well with this whole thing. So we must govern ourselves. Doesn't mean we can't have some coffee. We've got to be careful. Not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I have realized the truth that no one wants to talk about. You want to pump up on coffee? Not a good idea to get your hand near the mouse and start getting on some charts. Probably not the wisest idea in the world. You'll see the truth. It changes if we're being honest. It changes who you are, who I am. It is absolutely a drug. It makes the mind work differently. And I think you're a little Einstein just because you ramped up your synapse firings. Interesting. Careful now. Careful now. Drinking lots of coffee and trading. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I never hear anybody talk about that. It is a crucial piece in investing. As a wise one has found, and hears no one talk about it. Why? Because 85% of the planet's hooked on coffee and no one wants to talk about it and admit it and be like, I tried to stop that coffee. It's almost impossible. Don't worry, guys. The channel is about crypto. It is about crypto info. It is about information concerning investing. I am not a financial advisor. I am also not a doctor, although I might look like one talking about coffee, and maybe we should dump it to better our health with this silly little smock on. No, I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on YouTube. I'm actually trying to do the professor thing with this whole thing. Not working out too well, and every time I bless you, try to sit down, I gotta pull this thing up. All right, let's finish the rest of today's episode. I hope we're having fun this morning with the tank, because if we're not having fun, what in the F are we doing in the world? Because we're all gonna be dead now, aren't we? Did we have fun? Did you enjoy the ride? Did you enjoy your ride of life or not? Did you suffer it or did you enjoy it? We're trying to enjoy it. We're having fun. We're being wacky and crazy. I know. Frank's crazy. Tank's crazy. I know. Blah, 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 blah. Don't you think I've heard it all before my entire life? Yes. And it's so fun. I love it. That means I'm doing it. All the greats are called weirdos at the time now, aren't they? Oh, he sings great now, this guy. Now, let's get some baselines on XRP, guys. According to my notes, what moves XRP? What moves XRP? Well, geez, we cover it almost every frickin' show, and that's what that light switch thing's about that I do all the time. Getting old's no fun. Those classes don't work. You got to find the right balance, you know. All right, we got it. All right, let's get some quick baselines. Utility XRP is used to settle payments across the ledger. The XRP Ledger, XRPL, we know that the permissioned open version features are not turned on. Excuse me, we know on this channel. Not being like that, saying matter-of-factly, pretty sure that a lot of folks in the XRP community even are not aware that the open permission features of the ledger have not even turned on, so we can't even have utility grade transactions, for lack of a better word. I did that because there's all different things that it affects. What's happening with the 2.5.0 upgrade of the XRPL. Go research yourself. Get yourself researched. And you knew where we were with XRP like a month ago, right? Most of us. Do we know where we were a week ago? You will if you go back to videos. I am doing my best to keep up to date. That's what the live videos are for. If you watch our long-term videos, you'll see a lot of videos that come out and be like, wait a minute, that already happened. It's because they're long form videos. We've got to take them into the studio, get them all cut, get them all created. That doesn't just like happen, that final product, right? Obviously, it's not this raw thing, right? So we got to take it, produce it, send it through. It takes time. By the time that video comes out, that topic may not be as relevant as it was a week prior, which is why for the long forms, you got to understand they're sometimes going to be a little bit behind the times as far as updated information because of that process, okay? The lives are what keeping you current and updated on the crypto space are for. And by the way, we will get to current crypto news today as well. We've got a heck of a show for you today. We're not supposed to be cussing. I apologize. Welcome back into Crypto Info, blockchain made easy with your knucklehead host who always forgets to put the full camera back on. And he's talking to you like a little tiny little pipsqueak box in the corner. Hilarious. Yes. Well, thanks for chiming in on the coffee advice. And by the way, I never wanted to hear Miss Marnie. I never wanted to hear this advice ever about coffee because I loved my coffee. And now I switched over to this mushroom tea. And I have some coffee once in a while. And then when I do that, by the way, I do see the freak show. And it's not just me, it's anybody. Coffee is absolutely a stimulant. It's absolutely a drug. You know, the kids over in the Amazon, 5 years old, they gnaw on the coffee beans as they're walking through the woods. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome. It's very beneficial. It's useful. Coffee, nothing wrong. I don't know if I want to get next to my trading computer with the coffee. I don't know. Not too smart. Not too smart. Go try it yourself. Marnie says long firms are great to go back to. It's your research, and I see a number of evergreen videos. Yes, thank you so much. We're trying to make, it's real tough to make evergreen videos in the YouTube space. Thank you, Marnie. Appreciate you. And guys, let's get back to this, by the way. Utility-wise, XRP is used to settle payments, as we know. And supply is 100 bill, and we know that part. We know the whole story. I'm not getting into the entire supply. We have fee burn. Every transaction does burn a tiny bit of XRP. This is a beautiful thing, creating a long-term deflationary pressure on XRP, of course. Currently, 10 drops, which is 0.00001 XRP is the cost for a standard ODL transaction. And the liquidity aspect of it, of course, is crucial. Thin order books mean that fresh demand or improved access can move price very quickly concerning XRP. We have a thin liquidity issue with XRP that sends its price soaring with just a little bit of activity. Keiko's tracking shows altcoin's liquidity is more fragile than Bitcoin and has been improving for top assets like XRP. And we are about to see some massive explosion moving forward. If we thought Bitcoin moved, wait till we see this thing. So prices rise when utility access and liquidity rise faster than net sell pressure from unlocks and profit taking. That's kind of like the mental model that we're using. Prices rise when utility access and liquidity rise faster than net sell pressure from unlocks and profit taking that we can see with wallets and so forth. So that's kind of like the key, the goal. If you guys can understand that, you can see how price moves. And it's so crucial, I am going to read it a third time because it matters that much. Check it. Prices rise when utility, access, and liquidity of that coin, of that project, rise faster than net sell pressure from unlocks and profit taking. Unlocks of the coin, profit taking on it. Do we get it? That is crucial to understand. That's how the price goes up. Real money. And what does that tell us, that piece right there that I just mentioned, what does that tell us concerning XRP's price and where it's going with all of the suppression and all of the switch flipping getting ready to happen, light switch flipping? The flippenings, switch flippenings, where we flipping the Bitcoin on the chart. Very likely, at least the Ethereum. And then coming the Bitcoin. And I'm sorry, Maxis, and I'm sorry, Ethereum. And there's nothing wrong. Everybody's in their lane. Ethereum has its place, and so does Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong. I hold Bitcoin, and I hold Ethereum. I love both of them, and I want them to freaking go to the moon. And I want Solana, however you want to say it. I want to see them go to the moon, Raul and Coin Bureau and all you dudes who love your Solana. I want that to shoot to the moon. I hold Solana too. We think I'm an idiot. What the heck are you talking about? I'm just smart enough to see through everybody's garbage and games they play. I don't like games. I don't like games. I don't think that's cool. I'm trying to tell, especially when people have a forum up here and people are listening to them and then they use that, arguably, not been proven, use that to steer? I don't think that's cool. That's not cool. It should be left up to everybody because we're not financial advisors here. We don't know what is going to happen. I am telling you, by the way, this channel is to tell you what I do. That's why I tell you for full transparency. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm showing you what I do, which is perfectly fine. You do not go then and buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel. I am here to crack a door open. I had somebody in the comments this morning, so I answer my comments before I get on. And somebody in the comments this morning, I love them. I love the comments. Somebody said this morning something like, great information. I love it. Great videos. I don't know what video they were referring to, but they said, you know, you got me so far with it, and I didn't hear the end of kind of like where the information, like all the information on that topic kind of thing. You gave me a taste kind of thing. Well, that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing all your research for you. I'm not putting these videos out, guys, and giving. Maybe that's what I'll do in the Patreon. Maybe because people say, oh, you know, don't charge the Patreon. And the wife's like, what are you talking about? Everybody charges for the Patreon. What are you, dumb? I'm like, no, you know, I don't know. She's like, well, come on, get on board with this YouTube thing. And I'm like, see, there you go again. You're so smart. My wife is so smart, and she is so the better side of me that helps me to understand and remember, like, wait a minute. There's a balance to life, man. You could be cool and nice, but you got to, all right. So nice point. Thank you, wife, for mentioning that to me and reminding me that, yes, we probably should do a Patreon later on. What should that Patreon be? It should be something you can get nowhere else. And that's what it is going to be. It's going to be all the detailed, crazy professor charts, my crazy charts that I literally have written down. And some of them are coming to the book that we're putting out on Amazon coming up shortly, so pay attention for that. It's going to be on Audible as well, and it's also going to be in digital form and also in written form, paperback on Amazon. So check our book coming out, and we'll give you more information on that title and so forth as it's complete. But the deal is that what was my point with that? What was my point? I got caught up thinking about the book, and my mind just got all excited and went with it. So excited about this book coming out to teach newcomers about crypto. Well, anyway, regardless of whatever my point was, I think we can rest assured that I'm going to come back to it in about 2 seconds as soon as I keep talking. Oh yeah, the point was, you do what you want with your research and your information. And I will show you all my detailed charts, information coming up at the Patreon and how I got to where nothing special. I'm a wacky, crazy guy. I'm a wacky, crazy professor guy. And that's why this whole bit, because this is who I am. If you know me off screen, you know I'm the teacher. That's who I am. That's what this is for. This is what I do. I almost did it for a job, for a career. I did not. I did it actually for a period of time. I almost did it full board. I did not. I'm glad I'm doing it in this regard. Guys, I would like to hear what you say about Zebek and some of these others that I have missed. Okay, so I missed Caspa. By the way, I'm dead wrong this entire week about crypto. I'm going to lay out all my shortcomings for you. I'm dead wrong about where I said crypto was going this week. Where else did I fall short here? I missed Zebek. I missed Sui. I missed all of these. I missed the Trump coin. I missed that whole pump. I could have gotten it that night, and I didn't. I missed a lot of things with crypto, guys. I didn't miss about 46 projects that I loaded bags heavy on at least the top, I would say 15 of those that are more crucial, and am about ready to go help the world, let's say, in a greater fashion than I've been able to in the past. Help my family first and then the world, and it's a very exciting time. Guys, I see no comments. I know we have a ton of viewers, which means I'm being interesting for a change, because when people don't comment, that means they're not bored. They're actually interested in what this little jackass is saying. So I'm glad I'm being interesting, because the numbers don't lie. I'm watching how many viewers are in here, and I'm watching no comments. That means you guys are listening. That means I must be doing something right, although I highly doubt it, because I am so green and so new at this, guys. I'm learning. It's a lot to manage. You got to remember the full screen. Then you got to look in the camera. You got to make sure this. You got the board. You got that. You got the mic. And don't cough and don't blah. Oh, boy. And remember where the hell you were with the episode. Ain't easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. This live thing, you could do the live thing well. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Yeah, it definitely is if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. This live is freaking silly, and it is not an easy thing to do, I'm going to tell you honestly and firsthand. And boy, we're getting good at it, aren't we? Hats off to my communication and public relation background in university that I'm still paying for, by the way. How stupid. Guys, please don't fall for nonsense that I've fallen for. That's the other thing on this channel, is to help people not fall into pitfalls that I have fallen into. And I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Now, real money touching XRPL today, guys, is not just a theory. We have live corridors and institutions that are ready to turn on with open features on the XRP Ledger. But as David Schwartz has told us, we do not have the open features turned on the Ledger, which means that the banks are not truly using ODL to its capacity, the way it really can be used, and dumping the Nostro Vostro accounts. Now, a lot of people are not aware of that. That's what this channel's for. If you find something different in your research, please show me in the comments how that is not correct. But that is correct, and that comes right from the horse's mouth, David Schwartz. Please go check and see that this is true, that XRPL has not been turned on yet. Why isn't XRP's price going up? Because they're not using it yet. They're not using Ripple yet, XRP yet. Do you guys get this? I feel like I have to keep shouting this, and it makes me wacky, and I want to scream and shout. God. Lord Almighty, help me. I know you guys get it who are in here. Guys who are in the community, I know you get it. XRP. Holy crap. We're not just being maxis. We're not saying it to be maxis. Do you guys see what XRP is? Why in the world have you not put every last thought you could into XRP? I was going to say dollar, didn't you? I'm not a financial advisor. Can't tell you what to do with your money. Why have you not put, I can tell you what to do with your thoughts, though, and your time and your education, and at least suggest, why wouldn't you, knowing what XRP is to people who are big money people, and knowing that they're jumping in heavy on it, and watching where its price went and seeing what it could be, knowing the little that you know about XRP now, and some folks know a lot about it, why wouldn't you dig deeper? Why wouldn't you dig deeper into Ripple and XRP and dig and say, wait, if I missed this much up to this point, how much more did I actually miss when I get deep eyes on this thing? See, the ego has to stop. It's a tough thing to put that ego down now, isn't it? Oh, talking some truth now, aren't I? The ego's a very difficult thing to say. You can go away now. I'm not listening to you anymore. You're the one who keeps trying to tell me we're good. We know this stuff. We're all good. And keep me anchored to past thinking, old thinking that doesn't serve me or the world anymore. And that's what the ego does. And we'll see it. If you catch it, you will see it does it on a daily basis. Anytime somebody brings a topic up that we've looked at or know or want to think we kind of know about that a little bit, especially if it's one that we think we know maybe a little more than someone else, someone brings that topic up, you watch what happens in the mind. Almost everybody. The ego will jump in and go, I know all about that. I learned about that. Let me teach this person something about that. Yeah. Let me do that. Let me teach this person. The ego always doing that. Hey, by the way, I have something new for you on that topic that you're not aware of. And the ego jumps in and goes, that can't be possible. We know about that topic. Interesting, isn't it? Isn't that what we do time and again when we go to research or look at something? Doesn't the mind want to initially, just for like fake confidence? Confidence is kind of a fake thing. It's just like a belief. Oh, I believe. No, I believe in it. You believe in it? What the hell is believe? What the fuck does that mean? Believe? I said frick. See? It sounded like the F-bomb, but it wasn't. I can believe in all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? What do I know? Well, I know when I take this and if I let it go, it will drop because I know gravity exists here. That's something I can bet my life on because I know it. I don't need to believe it. Do you get it? I don't want to believe shit. Why are we believing stuff? We need to know stuff because if we believe stuff and operate on those thoughts that we believe it was such and make assumptions about it, and we're of course not accurate, now we plan our moves on it and we fall on our face, don't we? You need to know it. Quit playing games and pissing me off out there in the community. I'm totally kidding. But it does piss me off, though, because I watch my brothers and sisters fall on their face, including the prior me, fall on my face, and I don't do it anymore. Why? Because I'm a Gnostic now. Now I know Gnosticism with a GN to know. Gnosticism. The G is silent. Go look up Gnosticism. Go see what it means to be a Gnostic, a knower in the world. And when we become a knower, watch how your path explodes for you in front of you, and you can help others around you in a crazy way. And you're not some sniveling little knucklehead going, oh, poor me. Oh, no, but they do this, and they control the market. And yeah, well, okay, so find out about it, learn about it, now put your chips on it. Now you get to win off the what the heck they're doing. Duh. Okay, not financial advice on the channel. I am not a financial advisor. And by the way, I'm supposed to wake everybody up gently, including myself or my wife. I'm not supposed to go dump cold water and be like, hey, time to wake up. I apologize. I am supposed to be gently nudging. Guys, time to wake up, honey. Time to wake up. I am ever here to wake up myself and the humans. This is what I do. Oh, comments, by the way. See, I forget the comments. Let's see. Cordell Lewis says, what are your top 5 cryptocurrency investments? XLM, XRP, XDC, HBAR, and then I'm going to say Algo, IOTA, or VeChain. I'm not sure. How's that for being plain with you? There they are. What are your 5? Hey, Cordell Lewis, what are your 5, brother? What are your 5? I want to hear. Turkey Base, welcome in. Another beautiful day. Talking about crypto with the tank again. Here we go again. Yes, welcome in. This wacky sumbitch called the Crypto Tank. I don't believe that's a swear. You're going to have to excuse me one sec because I am going to be back in literally 15 seconds. Okay, so there was a lovely plastic bag on the floor right next to my pit bull that was resting and sleeping and snoring. And I'm like, he's going to suck that thing into his mouth and die. So anyway, thank you for, that's the beauty of the live. I hope you'll excuse me how I had, while I saved my pet, my pit bull from asphyxiation. All right, Chris Baxter says, by the way, that's it. XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, and you can throw in now for the 5th one either VeChain, Algo, IOTA. I don't care which one you choose. Throw anyone in there. You might want to throw Quant in there. I think you probably should either throw Quant in there. Boy, it's tough. It's kind of like a top 7. Thank you for your question, Cordell Lewis. Please tap like and subscribe, by the way, if you're loving the show, if you're loving the excitement, if you're loving what we do. We've got a bunch of folks in here. Don't be a weirdo creeper. By the way, make sure you tap that like and subscribe if you're getting any value out of the tanker. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a contractor that learned crypto about 6 years ago, Forex markets, charts, and so forth. Put it all together, stirred it all up in a little soup, and I've been tasting it ever since. And boy, is it frickin' delicious. You got to remember to take breaths, David Schwartz. The mouth can't keep up with the brain. All right, now let's consider this, guys. We're live. And by the way, welcome into the program. I'm not a financial advisor. Please tap like and subscribe. Comment in there because I like to interact. And I hope you're loving the whole crypto journey. Today, we're covering, to bring you up to speed, we are covering price prediction, price journey of XRP. Coming up here, let's just go ahead quickly and check out what, did I share screen? Hold on. Let me share screen very quickly and show you what Cordy Market Cap has to say, because they are saying that, hold on, Coin Market Cap shows us XRP if we get to its all. Thank you for bearing with my clunkiness. If we get to its all, it's showing, of course, a $3.84 all-time high, which we know is not correct here on CoinMarketCap, which is fine, whatever. But if we draw a trend line from here, which is that kind of $3.36 mark, whatever it is, we draw a trend line from there up to here because we got to pass this mark, right? And here we are at this mark over here. So we've got to pass this prior mark where we were at. We all know this. You don't need to be a brain surgeon or anything really about charts to know this. We're back here in 2018. We're effing going up here. So you got to draw a freaking trend line up there. And what does that tell you? We're going to freaking $15, $17 coming up shortly. So for people who have not jumped into XRP and are waiting for this low price, I really feel bad for you. I'm sorry, because it's not financial advice on the channel. And I have so many people in my life who know so much about money and invest in real estate and have gobs of extra money to put into XRP and things like this. And they're just not doing it to the extent that they probably should be. They could literally free their family for generations and generations and generations. And I have some friends who have already done that, by the way. So they don't need crypto. And God bless them. Good for you. And I really mean that. Good for you. You built that and you've done that. That's impressive to do it without crypto. Because crypto is such an explosive animal. It's such a fast horse in the race, as Sam Druckenmiller says, right? That is it Tudor Jones or Druckenmiller says it's the fastest horse in the race, crypto. And if we watch it, it's like, oh my gosh, if I play my never financial advice, if I play my cards right, crypto can save me from a from a lifetime of being foolish with my investments and or lack thereof and not investing and having my money work for me as a vehicle. And instead I've been using my body and beating it up and going and chasing the green dollar, instead of having my actual money be the vehicle that works for me, well, I sit here, of course, and I manage it all. And if I want to go work out and I'm feeling lazy because it's a lot of sitting around instead of doing hard labor or contracting like I used to do, then I will go to the gym for an extra 2 or 2 hours on my terms and keep my body fit. You see, so controlling our world. Do we want to control our world? I do. Not financial advice. This is what I've done. I am working every day to free myself so that my body does not have to be used with my time to go chase. I know it's a Bitcoin coin, but to go chase the green dollar. All right? I know that's an Ethereum, but to go chase this money, albeit digital, why would I do that? Why would I do that anymore? Especially as my body's failing and I'm getting older. That doesn't make any sense that way anymore. And why would I have done it when I was 20 and 30? I never needed to do it. I never got taught this way. And who did? Unless you grow up in a family where you go to work in school, business, and you're a financial family, and it's different. Then you learn it. I didn't. And a lot of us did not. And hats off to us for learning it. How about that? Nobody wants to talk about that. How about that? All of us, hats off to you guys. Giving you your props right now. Hats off to you guys. Because I bet a lot of you did not come from financial backgrounds. I bet you a lot of you did not go to the Wharton School of Business. I bet a lot of you are hourly workers a lot of your life or have some type of a career where you've had to constantly consider, where's my paycheck going? Oh my gosh, I need a good headhunter. I have to make sure I always have a good job moving forward. Holy crap, I'm so nervous. How am I going to pay my bills? What am I going to leave to my kids? I got to pay their college, blah, 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 blah. I know I'm spitting truth. And so when we get to a spot where we see that our money can work for us instead of our body literally working there to make the money, things start to change. I'm not a financial advisor. Am I a freer of myself and the other humans? Yes, whenever I can. Here's what we're doing. Thank the good Lord. You found crypto info, blockchain made easy, and the sigh wasn't out of aggravation. It was out of, to be very honest, tiredness of all of this. The tiredness. I'm getting exhausted from all of this, and it's only been 6 years. I can imagine financial people who've been doing this for decades and are watching their brothers and sisters not understand money and how it all works and being like, oh my God, Just heard him say that. Oh, jeez. And just little things people say. And I used to do the same. I would say these things and think I was being smart with money and things. And now that I'm on a certain level, now that I know, there's always more to learn. And what do I know compared to what I'll know literally in 5 years, right? I don't know crap compared to what I'll know in 5 years. Or for what I know now versus the 5 years where I came from, 6 years or so, I'm looking at this going, interesting how life is an evolution and an education on the timeline. And we are never to look down on our prior selves or those who are not where we are on the journey, and hopefully those who are well beyond us do not look down on us as us being maybe on the middle portion of the journey as far as learning finance and understanding that we don't say finance, we say finance. We understand how to speak, how all this works, a little code. All right, let's cover this. We got live corridors, even though the open features aren't turned on, using XRPL tech and testing it. You got Japan and Philippine corridor, SBI Remit, Coins.ph, and SBI VC Trade, all launched ODL from Japan to the Philippines to tap nearly $2 billion in the yearly remittance market. And that, by the way, is the RTGS, or real-time global settlement market, real-time gross settlement market, settling in just seconds with XRP as the liquidity bridge or cross-border bridge. Now, let's not forget SBI expansion with Yoshitaka Katao. SBI is the second largest bank in Japan. SBI Remit later added bank-to-bank remittances to the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. As you well know, if you've been following this whole thing, using XRP rails, evidence of scaling beyond one corridor. But guys, don't forget, still not turned on yet for enterprise-grade usage. You must understand this. We must understand this. Or else we'll sit here going, but why has anything happened with XRP? It's been long enough. Come on. Is this thing ever? They're not doing anything. What? Because they haven't been turned on yet. Be patient. Be more patient. Relax. You could do it. You've been this patient. You could do it. You got this thing. Global context. Cross-border payments are enormous. They account for about 190 trillion in 2024 and are on track to account for about 300 trill in coming years. Meanwhile, remittances to developing countries alone, and there's a Freudian slip because a country is a company, isn't it? That's all it is. To developing companies or countries, and they're run by someone, a president, a premier, or a whatever. A country is simply a company. For that piece of landmass and that group of people, that country is literally a company every time. So please don't confuse. Please, I'm trying to break us out of the matrix here and see the truth of the existence. Please help. Please help by freeing yourself with me. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Good job. Doing a great job with it. I see it. You're on this channel listening to this whack job. That means you have found your path out of the matrix. That's who I am, and that's where we're going. So if you don't like it, get the hell out of here. And if you do, welcome in and tap like and subscribe. And I love you either way, by the way. And you know that. It is true. I love you either way. Whether you stay in and like us or whether you think I'm a knucklehead and you're like, swipe, I still love you. Meanwhile, remittances to developing countries alone are in hundreds of billions annually. And that's as of now. We haven't even turned it on. And this is the ocean ripple is fishing in, guys. It's $685 billion in 2024. I mean, this ocean of liquidity is freaking silly, and the fishes to be caught are monstrous and quite tasty, by the way. New plumbing for this system that runs all these little fishes through it. The AMM or the XLS30, which we've covered in many episodes, please check. And they are, thank you, Marty, in the comments for noting that our videos are rather evergreen. We believe they are as well. Thank you. We appreciate you. And somehow I just feel so much smarter if I point at the camera and talk while I'm shaking my glasses. Not true. The AMM XLS30 upgrade went live in 2024, integrating automated, and by the way, if I have two pairs of glasses, I must really be smart, integrating automated market makers into the XRPL's native DEX or decentralized exchange. It increases on-chain liquidity over time by rewarding LPs or liquidity providers with fees, better plumbing for real volume. It's the plumbing, it's the liquidity, it's the picks and axes during the gold rush that made everybody rich. Wake the F up. Holy crap, everyone wants to chase the red herrings, the shiny prizes. And not that you wouldn't have done well if you did, because you would have done well if you chased the shiny prizes. You would have crushed it. I didn't. I missed it by literally some months. So it is what it is. God bless Bitcoin and Ethereum getting the first mover advantage. And then the third one came along, Solana, and I literally missed that by 4 months. I literally was going to dump 5K into Solana before it jumped. Yeah, in the winter. Yeah. Not financial advice. Yeah. Am I pissed? Yeah, I'm a little pissed about that. Yeah. That literally would have been like 6.8 mil before tax, not financial advice. That one move. Yes, that one move. That summer, just those months later, I was out on a project in Colorado, and I remember one of my guys going, hey, are you watching? I'm like, yeah, of course, I got crypto on right now, blah, blah, blah. I threw out a new video that day on YouTube that had Solana talking. The guy's like, are you watching Solana right now? And I'm like, wait, what? I know it's been jumping a little bit. Oh, boy. And that was the day, by the way, that I almost cut my pinky off with a knife. I'll never forget it. I was rushing around trying to do something in the field, and I almost cut my pinky off. I went so far down to the bone, and I still have some funny nerve. It's so interesting the way the body is. It like almost feels that's dead right there. It literally can just jam something through it. It's dead. There's like no nerves there. But anyway, it was that day that I saw it jump, and I said, boy, Tank, you better grow some bigger cojones, because you were going to make this move, and you didn't. And boy, you could have did it. You could have did it. I can't. I need somebody. I need a tech person. I've got the wife that comes in and tells me full screen, guys, this just isn't going to work. I can't remember full screen. I need help in the studio when I do the live. I have committed to it. I will not remember full screen. So tough noogies for anybody who's ever going to expect it. And secondly, we're going to have to figure it out, because I will not remember. I am far too into what I'm talking about. I cannot remember. I cannot remember to do full screen. I will not remember. I can't stop, won't stop, can't stop, ain't going to stop. You're going to get partial screen while I'm yapping, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I will not remember to hit the full screen. Tough shit. It is what it is. I'm being honest. I can't remember. How can I do that when I'm on my rant and then to try to come back, right? So it'll be until we're rich enough where we can have somebody in the studio constantly and pay them to actually run our live. So God bless be the world. Don't you love the truth you get on the Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank? Don't forget to tap that like and subscribe down below. I'm like, don't forget to take a breath. All right, it is what it is. But you got full screen now, so relish it when you get it, because you're not always going to get it. Sometimes you're going to get the little mousy screen, and I don't know what to tell you. I will not remember. But I will remember to get back to the episode. Thanks for reminding me. Wifey will have to jump in the room and be like, dude, your screen. And I'm like, I think you need to be my new tech person. But I can't, because she's got her life and her job she's doing. And she starts super early in the morning, including working out super early, and I give her credit. My wife's the best, by the way. Price path. I'm saying $5 is our ballpark. 275 bill is what we can assume with a 55 bill circulating supply. And here's what needs to happen for us to see a $5 XRP, what I'm saying. And by the way, welcome in. Thank the good Lord you've got me on full screen. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because now you see my full mug. You might have been better off with the share screen, seeing a smaller version of this mug. Guys, exchange access and U.S. comfort is crucial moving forward in terms of sentiment, of course, and price movement. Not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but the case resolves sustained resilient momentum and marketing by major U.S. venues attracts new retail and institutional flow, liquidity depth, keep improving. Kaiko has already noted healthier order books for top alts, including XRP. Payments volume compounding is another monstrous thing to consider here, monster catalyst. Existing corridors like Japan to the Philippines, Vietnam and Indonesia expand throughout a new Asia, and new Asia routes go live corridor by corridor. Growth does matter here, especially when we go live, because we are not live. We are ready to go live with open permission features on the XRP Ledger. We are not yet. We will be soon. Research it and tell me all about it, please, in the comments. I want to hear. Nobody talks about it. I seem like I'm a broken record. I'm the only one that keeps spitting that out besides David Schwartz. Stablecoin flywheel is a very important thing to consider here, guys. The RLUSD, especially its purchase of Rail Toronto company for 200 mil, stablecoin company to push its stablecoin usage. RLUSD expands on off ramps and decentralized exchange and automated market making pairs, making XRP to USD liquidity more efficient for treasury and fintech flows, and may even, not financial advice, made me want to play again with liquidity pools. I don't like it. You've got to put so much money in to earn the passive income with the XRP as it is now. It's just the way that it is now. Don't forget to take a breath, David Schwartz. Check our videos on liquidity pools, please, and earning passive income on XRP. Very important video to consider. And the takeaway, big takeaway is, wow, Frank, I can't make any money on that. Well, you can. You got to put in massive amounts, not financial advice. I'm getting dizzy because I'm not taking enough breaths. You got to calm down, Tank, before you have too much CO2 overload and you pass out live on air. That'd be hilarious. Right on top of the MacBook. Macro tailwinds. A benign rates backdrop revives risk appetites. Risk appetite. Cross-border volumes continue their secular climb as XRP can't stop, won't stop, will not stop. Let me get deeper into this one. Hope we're having fun. Guys, I hope you're having fun. I'm watching comments come in. I know I'm a little ranter from the word rant. Guys, if you don't like a rant, you're on the wrong channel. If you love yourself a good rant, you are on the right channel. Now, look it. Nobody wants to see a rant with bullcrap nonsense prior to the rant being talked, or after the rant, or post-rant. We want a rant in the midst of some awesome, intelligible, good, useful tech information that we can put in our back pocket and maybe sparks our interest to go do some further research. You know what we say on the channel, DYOR, do your own research. I can but open the door for you. I'm like the Oracle in the Matrix. I am meant to only show you the way. You must open the door the rest of the way and walk through it. Or is it, who's the other dude there? Who's that guy? You got yourself your Neo, your main character, and then you got yourself Morpheus. Yeah, I'm like Morpheus. I'm here to just kind of show you the door. You've got to open it the rest of the way. In other words, it's a great way, of course, to abdicate responsibility to like, hey, I'm going to show you this new thing. But if it sucks for you, don't blame me. It's hilarious. Think about that. It's awesome. I love it. I love the angle because there's truth in it, right? We're not responsible for each other per se, right? We help each other on the journey, but we're all born alone and we all die alone. Do we not? We are all born alone and we all die alone. And we share the time in between on the path with the others. Okay, so we are responsible for our own path, and that is the most hilarious thing to me. Hey, I'm here to just show you the door, to creak it open. It's up to you to open it the rest of the way and walk through. And by the way, if what I showed you sucks, don't fucking blame me. It's not my problem. Sorry, not supposed to swear. Yeah, this no swearing thing's really got to go on YouTube. You should be able to throw a bomb in there. Hey, how come we're seeing Rogan and Sean Ryan and these other folks swearing here and there on their podcast? No problem there. I said not made for kids. How come I can't throw the F-bomb once in a while? I feel like I can. I feel like it's the Christian folk and the Bible thumpers in there that don't want me doing it, and even folks who are not, who are just kind of like, oh, don't swear. You know what? Fuck all that. All right? And that's how I get my production guy, Luke, to watch the channel. Because when I pull moves like that, he's like, oh my God, what's he doing again? No. I thought he was good. He was good. I watched him for a while. He didn't do anything like that. He said no swearing. And then he pulled that one. Goddamn right. That's who I am. And by the way, that's not to say damn the God. That's to say what I'm saying, why doesn't the God just damn it? Because it damns plenty of other things. Little babies dying in planes every day, right? Let's get real. Can we get real with the life and what we believe? Can we get real about the existence and who we are? Because I'm pretty sure this is not a religious channel by any means whatsoever. But doesn't the Bible say, I am the way, the truth, and the life? Yeah. Pretty sure truth is in there. The Lord God, Jesus Christ, said, He is the truth. Okay, so if you're not truth, then you're not the Lord Jesus Christ. You're not in vibe, in tune with it. So, guess what? Any non-truth needs to go bye-bye in my world. So, let's get back to the program because it really is about crypto. We like to intertwine the happenings and the existence of being a human being and what we're here to do, because we can't deny that, and how we like to play ball with crypto. By the way, not financial advice. You found Frank the Crypto Tank on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. Tap like and subscribe, tap our Caleb link down below, and know that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm a knucklehead contractor who jumped into learning about FX markets and crypto and charts and how the money system works in M0, M1, M2, M3 money in recent times. And if you want to learn more about it, stick with us. This is what we do. Now, concerning XRP's tailwinds, the XRPL, we got macro tailwinds as well. Benign rate drops, rate backdrops, reviews moving forward here. Also liquidity effects, also modest steady inflows. Also, we're reviving risk appetite with cross-border volumes that continue their secular climb. And why is an XRP $5 price, to reiterate, why is a $5 XRP price realistic? At this level, XRP would still be below Ethereum's prior peak market caps and far below BTC's, yet backed by real payment rails, improving liquidity and U.S. clarity, and a number of other catalysts behind it. Looking at that flip the switch moment with a monstrous light switch that has about 12 to 15 different actual switches on it. It's like so. Right. There's about 15 of them. There's more. There's about 20 if you really want to look at it. There are about 15, in my opinion, prominent ones, prominent catalysts that are the fuel underneath the light switch for that is XRP. It's real world usage, it's real value realized finally in the world. Coming up shortly as these flips get switched. One is open permissioned features. They've not been turned on the ledger yet, which means they're not using ODL Live massively across these corridors real time. It's not been turned on yet, for Christmas sakes. All these people, why isn't XRP doing it? Blah, 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 blah. Why do you think it's not doing it? It's not really being used yet. This thing is not popped yet, guys. Boy, does one need the patience of a saint. If you ain't a saint in the crypto space, investing, never financial advice, you will be by the time you get to the end if you do it successfully. One will learn the patience of a saint. I am. I didn't always have it. I am learning the patience of a saint, and I'll bring my voice down to a more holy, calm, loving level. Yes, I will tell you that I now am. It's taken over me. The patience. It's insane. Stopping the coffee is a monstrous piece in this. Okay, getting back to comments, because I'm going to get to, I've already been on way too long. Sometimes I have far too much fun with this. I've got a whole day I've got to do. I run 2 other businesses beside this YouTube channel. I don't know if everybody knows that. I'm also a 4th degree master black belt in Shaolin Kung Fu, which is called Shorin-ryu. I'm sorry, it's not Shorin-ryu. That's actually the first style. This is called Tang Sudo. And I actually started with Shorin-ryu way back, and not in a dojo, by the way. Yes, a dojo with Shorin-ryu. How interesting. And it's called a dojang with Korean Tang Sudo, which is essentially, Tang Sudo is essentially Taekwondo, because my teacher trained the general back in the day. Yes, my teacher trained with the actual Grandmaster Huang Qi, who trained the actual dude back in the 40s, who was General Che or Chao, Chao, go look it up, of the Korean Army, who went like 9 degrees to a black belt or 10 degrees, and in my opinion, disrespected our Grandmaster, who started Supreme Grandmaster Huang Qi, and said, you know what, now I'm going to start my own style guy called Taekwondo. So he starts Taekwondo in the 30s and 40s and has massive pull, and they're called the martial arts wars at this time. You could look it up. My instructor was actually there at the time before pulling 3 tours in Vietnam, Special Forces, Marines, in Laos and Cambodia. I'm not getting into all that, obviously, but that's the dude that trained me in martial arts, and this is how I go to learn. I go to learn from the masters wherever I can. Yes, Grandmaster Huang Ki trained this guy, General Che or Chow of the Korean Army, who then took Taekwondo to new heights in the Olympics and so forth. And that art is really our art. I'm not crying in my coffee. It's interesting how things change and where things come about in this world. My instructor was in the temple learning from the monks and training Tang Sudo, and this is how he got pulled out by the Marines to go do Vietnam for them. Anyway, this is a little bit of the history of where I come from. I come from the East Coast. You got Frank the Crypto Tank. That's a little bit about me. Why did I tell you all that? Because when I go into something like crypto investing or learning or Forex markets or whatever, boy, do I go in like the master that I am. Yes, I do. So you got a master here. No, I don't have decades of experience like a Raoul Pal or someone like this in Forex markets and finance and trading and so forth. But I tell you, I'm a wise one, and I learned fast, and I'm humble as well. But I learned fast, and we're on our way. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel. You must find your own way. That way I can abdicate responsibility very easily, like Morpheus does in The Matrix. And he's like, hey, I'm just here to show you the door and crack it. You have to go the rest of the way. If it leads you down a horrible path and it sucks, don't blame me. I love it. Anyway, I think Mud says, do you think 23,000 XRP is enough? I could never tell you what is enough, and I think you know that. I can tell you what I think 23,000 XRP will do for someone who's holding it, and I wouldn't sell all of it. In my opinion, it's not financial advice, because I think, don't forget to take a breath, what I think is that we are going to be able to drop our XRP in the bank and other financial institutions, certain banks, and gain 10, 15, 20% return a yield on our percentage yield on our XRP by just hold. And then we don't have to deplete our XRP. If we've got 10,000 that we're doing that with, we want to take 13,000 out and never tell you what to do with your money for lifestyle chips. All right, let's say XRP goes to, let's do this. All right, you asked me the question, Mud. Thanks for your question. Here, let's do this. I'm going to give you my price guesses for XRP coming up. I made it all weird, but it's a 12. $12.75. And what a great day. $22 even to match the day and to match numerology what the 22 is. There you go. $22 XRP. That's what I got, and that's what I got for you today. And we're jumping off, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. You tell me where you think prices are going, and if you would like, I will very quickly move out of the way so you all can see where we are. Here's our price path by December 22nd. I'm calling a 5, 7, 12, 22 by the 22nd of December. And that, of course, is a guest. Guys, I appreciate you joining us in here on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Please tap that like and subscribe. Don't forget the Caleb link and join us back in tomorrow for Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. We'll see you at 7 a.m. in the morning. Have an awesome rest of your day and keep a huge smile on, by the way.